Yeah, back again. Yeah. So, giving y'all a broad scope. Outside is crazy, but you already know I'm always on the go. Always got things to do. So, just want to say, if y'all looking at the whole Renzel thing, slow motion is better than no motion, because I'm learning and I'm getting everything pieced together, making sure everything talk right, everything back into alignment right. You know what I mean? So that's gonna be done. I'm at 70%. So we just gonna knock out the other 30, and then we just gonna double back, look at everything, throw it on the scanner. Y'all already know. So that's looking good. And y'all already know we in first quarter, January. So time is going. So then back to the orange box. A few little things I gotta do on that. I gotta paint up the trimming, which I'm gonna do that soon. And I'm just gonna have the broad scope of what's basically going on outside right now and what events I want to hit, because I want to do it a little bit different for 2026. I want to do more out of town events, more networking, and that's kind of what I want to do it. And I'm still gonna do a little bit of Long Island to show some love, because Long Island showed me hella love in 2025, and I appreciate that. I learned a lot, I seen a lot, and that's what I'm gonna be doing. So yeah, just wanted to jump on here this morning. I mean, everybody just stick to the Instagram, the TikTok, the Facebook, because the orange box is going up. And I'm so happy with this whole Renzel, I don't know, it's not a build, but it's like more like a refreshment. And I learned a lot with these cars and these trucks and whatever it may be, like when they have some miles and stuff like that, the breakdown, the breakdown is cool, you know what I mean, changing the parts. And then now you could, if you want to upgrade for whatever you want to do and refresh. So the refreshment is good. If y'all looked at the video, the first initial problem was one lifter. When I went on the other side, the other one was about to fail, or it kind of failed already, but the scanner just didn't pick it up. So I'm happy I caught that, because as I said, once I go in, I don't want to go back in again. So that's why I said I'm gonna do everything I need to do. And there's a few more things on my scope, a few more sensors and stuff on my scope that I may just swap out one time. I didn't get no reading and no code or nothing like that, but just to be on the safe side. And then we take it from there, man. We see how the year go with Renzel, but may upgrade again, because that's part of the game. You know what I mean? Elevating, rising to the top. And if Renzel do what it do, or it don't do what it do, then of course, potentially go upgrade. My thing is upgrade. I'm a car junkie, a car whore, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? But I love Escalades. I love the LS motor. It's very fascinating. I mean, everybody's gonna like shout LS, but when you really start to break it down and understand it, then, you know what I mean, you become one. So now, like, just breaking it down, understanding it, just seeing what fails and what goes bad and what to change, whatever, it becomes really, really, really dope. And really, really dope. So now, like, as I said in previous videos, now I got a better scope of LS motor than I had before. I knew about it, I knew what it could do, the different version of the LS motor, but really, when you start to get hands-on and you really start to get in it, you start to break it down. Like I did, like quick story time. Like, if y'all know, I mean, I see the orange box, right? So the orange box, basically, it's the LQ9 motor. So basically, pulled it out, LQ9, the Escalade, more like an 05, the kind of like boxy one, right? So I had that motor out for years. I had a motor stand, I had whatever, but you know what it was? It was I didn't have the time. So I didn't have the time to, really like break it down, but I had the motor out. I bought a motor stand, right? But I never had the time to put it on the motor stand, to break it down, then you just start to get a better grasp of the motor, what you got, what was bad, what you need to change. So what happened with that situation is, as I said, I didn't have no time. I had the motor for like 2 years just sitting in the garage and all that. So now I was just like, looking for somebody to install it, XYZ, right? And then when I did find the person to install it, right? All that motor stand and me doing all that breakdown went out the window, because I was like, you know what, let me install it first, and then as it's in and running, then I start to do piece, which is kind of like, it's easy to do anything with the motor out, point blank, you know what I mean? Because it's bare out, everything is exposed, I don't gotta be squeezing, I don't gotta do nothing, everything is right there. If I run into a problem, I could just be like, yo, come check this out, help me out with this, you know what I mean? But as I said, I had it out. I got pictures of the motor out, and I didn't take advantage of that the motor being out to break it down and to get a better education on that motor. So the motor is in the orange box, and it wasn't, as I said, I was doing stuff now, piece while it's in there. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I never changed the rocker arms, like, you know what I mean, things like that. Would I put some more, a little bit high performance rocker arms and change gaskets and bolts and all that, and like, you know what I mean, like everybody when they doing their builds, they change all new bolts, gaskets, whatever, because basically they got the motor out, throw a little bit of color on it, whatever. But I didn't do that. I did a different route, because at that time of my life, it was, I was on grind time, so I was, I had to make the money. I didn't have the time to sit there and, do the motor thing, like kind of like what I'm doing now, because it's taking time, because I work. So sometimes I work 6 days a week. You get that one day off, it's like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Or when you get home from work, it's like you had a long day. You don't really want to, you don't got the energy to be playing around with no car, because you got to go to work the next day. So that's what I'm saying. Like, just seeing the comparison with the two LS motors I got, the 6.0 and the 6.2. It's really, it's very similar, but then again, some things is very different. Like, as I said, the 6.2, I got the DOD AFM lifters. The 6.0 don't have that. You know what I mean? I think the 6.0, it got knock sensors, and like by the valley, like where the valley's at. The 6.2 don't got that. You understand what I'm saying? It maybe got nonsense somewhere else. I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. Just a different comparison. And then now, just me going a little bit deeper, like, you know what I mean? I was doing some a little bit of research on the 5.3. You know what I mean? They saying the 5.3 is the best LS motor that could take a beating. You understand? The miles, like, it could take, the way they made it is it could withstand a beating. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Less maintenance, they were saying, like, in terms of like the maintenance don't gotta be like crazy, and the motor's gonna keep on going. So that's why I said, like, this whole LS game is I'm like fascinated with it. But just me doing my own thing, like, you know what I mean, on my own flow, my own time, learning as I go. Don't get me wrong, as I say, I'm not, I'm learning as I go, put it like that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm taking my time, and of course I'm using common sense like crazy. Of course, because you gotta have a lot of common sense when you're doing a lot of things. But and just doing it the correct way, you know what I mean? I'm gathering the knowledge from different people, because everybody do things different ways, you know what I mean? I'm not saying this person way is right, this person way is right, but I'm taking piece from everybody and having conversations about it, and that's what it is. So to get me to this point. So yeah, as I said, we looking good, 70% done. I'm trying to see if I can do a 15 on it today. And yeah, got some motion, people. So y'all already know, you know what I mean? Things is looking good, things is coming up. Just want to jump on here, trying to stay motivated, trying to stay consistent throughout, my day-to-day. Trying to still post, record, trying to keep that going. I mean, sometimes I don't want to do it, because it takes up time doing that also, as well as doing what I need to do with what I need to do. You know what I mean? But I like sharing. I like showing people, yo, this is what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, way before I never used to really share. I wasn't really like too into platform like that, but now it's just a whole different ball game. We gotta share. We gotta motivate people. People wanna, even though you see it on video, you should see it in person. So that's why I be outside. I be here. See it in person. You know what I mean? I be screaming that orange box. I be screaming that Dodge Charger. Like, you know what I mean? If you even got that, I be screaming Renzel. Renzel for the toe. You know what I mean? Because that's my, you know what I mean? That's my joint. Whoever's into Escalades, man. I'm into Escalades, man. That's how I always was, you know, in terms of GMing. I may get another Escalade to tell y'all. Now I will get another Escalade. You never know. I may have 2 Escalades back to back because I like Escalades. You know what I mean? Maybe just a different year, and that's what it is. So, but I'll turn the light on the hook there. And then when everything is said and done with the Escalade, 04 Solara up next. So Toyota Solara up next. What I mean by up next, I'm just gonna basically, you know, it need maintenance. It need maintenance. That's what it is. You know what I mean? Cause right now, this is what I'm beating now. Winter time, whatever, need maintenance, and I'm gonna do the maintenance and do a little quick refresh on it. You know what I mean? Maybe put a 2.5-inch pipe on it. Give it a little, because Toyota, the 04 Solaris, they don't make it no more. And I don't know. Then, you know, I got a whole catalog of cars I want to collect, cars I want to keep. You heard? So now I'm at the point where it's going to be cars I want to keep in the collection. You know, you got childhood cars that you always wanted and things like that, but it's cars I want to keep in the collection. So, yeah. All right, so stay tuned. Life for Michael Less. I'm out.